Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Welcome to After Dark number 24. I hope everybody is having a good evening, and I hope everybody is having a awesome time, and I can't wait to share some really creepy stories with all of my fans here on YouTube. What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope everybody's having a great day. Sorry, I am going live a little bit earlier than I thought. I didn't know how long it was going to take me to get back. So, good to see everybody here. Making sure I have everything, guys. Hey, John's Paranormal Huntings. What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. Little Pixie Fam, we got Tony the Rock Fams, we got Kim FITZGERALD Rock Fam, we have Exploring with Murad, we have Johnny Cook Jr., Ninja Ghost Panda, and Alicia Parrish Rock Fam. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. I hope everybody's having a great night. Hey, what's going on, Green Street Recycling Man? Hey, Cryptid559, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. Alrighty, you guys. Thank you for being so patient. I did not know how long it was going to take me to get back. I had an emergency at work, and I did not know if I was going to get back in time to start the stream, but I was only 11 minutes late to my live streaming time, so I'm appreciative of that. Exploring with Murad, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Chris V, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. I am live, guys. Please make sure you tweet this out, share this out. Hey, what's going on, Jamie Shipman? What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Alright, guys. I am live. So, let's see here. I am live. Alrighty, guys. Come one, come all, and welcome to the stream. Tony the Rock Fams, what's going on? Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Cuddly Cathy Vlogs, what's going on? Good to see you. I hope you're having a fantastic night. Guys, this is what I've been waiting for to do all week. This is my favorite stream to do. I love this stream. I love telling these stories. I love having fun with you guys. That is the most important thing, and the most highlight of my week, guys, is getting to share these stories with you. Detecting for Life, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Hey, Just in Time Prepping, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for dropping by. Alright, thank you so much, Kim FITZGERALD Rock Fam, for tweeting this out. I do appreciate it, guys. Make sure you share this on Facebook and on Twitter. We got Joyce Wanda Alkenbrack. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it, guys. I know I'm late. I know I got here late. I do apologize, guys. I had an emergency situation happen at work. Right after I rolled through the door, I had to go right back to work and go deal with the situation. But I got here as fast as I humanly could, guys, to make sure I was here with you guys. Gina's Bizarro Ghosts, what's up? Thank you so much for coming by. Hey, thank you so much, Cuddly Cathy, for tweeting this out. I do appreciate it, guys. Let me get here and share this out to some Facebook groups. Alright. Let me get here and get live. Thank you, Sharpshooter, for sharing this on Facebook. I am live. Alright. There we go. Copy. Sorry, guys. Give me 2 seconds here, guys. I am just sharing this out myself. Please give me a few minutes here. happened to where I can post Here we go. Okay. Posting to Blue Wrench Mob. Posting to other groups here. What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining. I hope everybody's having a great night so far. Please let me know in the comment section how you guys are doing, and I hope it's absolutely fantastic. Alrighty, so we are trying to figure out here what is going on. Trying to get here. Thank you, Sharpshooter, for tweeting this out. I really appreciate it. Alright, I think we got it to as many good groups as possible. Wisdom TV Nigeria, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. Bridget Cooler, welcome to the stream. I really appreciate. Been waiting for the live streams. Awesome. I'm so glad that you waited and everybody was patient. And I'm so glad to finally be here. Hey, what's going on, Earth Angel? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, we're pretty much all insomniacs at this point, guys. But I am so glad that I was able to finally get home and start this live stream. This is so awesome. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Earth Angel. My love and prayer go out to you. I hope you feel better and do better. Hey, Faith in the Fallen, how you doing? Please let me know when you visit. Absolutely. I did visit your channel, Wisdom TV Nigeria. I did leave a comment on one of your newer videos. Let's see. Sharpshooter, hey, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. We have 25 people in the house, guys. Thank you so much for getting on here. What's going on, Muttnut Reviews? How you doing? Thank you so much, Belinda Ostrom, for sharing this out on Facebook. I really appreciate it. Awesome. It's so great to see everybody here. Seriously. And if you haven't already, make sure you share this out on Facebook, Twitter, or any other social media. Get the word out that this channel exists. And nothing but love and peace here, guys. And always try to be helpful towards my fellow YouTubers. And guys, support each other in the streams. Just don't ask for subs and don't ask. Just be respectful of everybody here. Thank you so much, guys. If you guys would like to donate and help support my channel by sponsoring me, you can do it one of a few ways. I do have Patreon if you want to join and join for... Oh, shit. I'm so sorry to hear that, Joyce Wanda Alkenbreck. I'm so sorry that your cousin passed away. My condolences to you and your family. Hey, Karate Mitchell, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. All those who are stressed out and not doing well, all love and positivity to all. Yes, absolutely. You guys can join me on Patreon for as low as $1.99 a month. That goes to sponsoring my channel and being able to help with my paranormal investigation and some of my travel vlogs. You can also buy t-shirts, coffee cups, stickers, and hoodies on Teespring. And I do have a PayPal as well if you guys want to donate to my channel. So I'm just gonna say that up front. So I hope that helps, and if anybody wants to do that, that would be cool. But it's not a recommendation to stay here, and all I need is you to stay here and listen to the stories. And I appreciate everybody for being here, guys. Seriously, you guys are what keeps this stream going, and you guys are what keeps YouTube going. Murad, I'm doing alright. I heard my psycho ex-girlfriend, or sorry, my psycho ex, and he was abusing and controlling. He just affected my mood tonight. I'm in a really crappy mood in general. Yeah, drama from past relationships can always be rough. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you, Eric Garcia. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it, guys. If you have anybody who likes the paranormal and likes scary stories, tell them that this channel exists, because I love to share scary and haunted stories with you guys. Let them know that I'm here. Let them and send them the information and have them check out my channel. Hey, Psycho Ghost Trackers is in the house. How you doing, brother? Thank you so much for joining. I hope you're having a great day. Alright, guys. So I finally figured out how to work Patreon now, which is cool. Patreon, I can actually put my videos on before they even come out, and let my people who sponsor my channel see my content before it even rolls out on YouTube. So if you want to see sneak peeks of what I do here on my YouTube channel and the haunted places that I travel to, sign up for Patreon and join. It's only $1.99 a month, guys, and you guys get to see sneak peeks of my content. Hey, brother, I'm just letting you know Native Grammy couldn't make it tonight. She is so tired, but she will watch the replay. Oh, thank you so much, Sharpshooter, for letting me know that. I really appreciate it. Cool, John. I just sent you a message there. Oh, you sent me a message on Patreon? Awesome. Wow, it's so awesome. 28 people watching right now. Thank you so much. Hey, Hermanthegreat is in the house. What's going on? Yeah, so I finally figured it out. So I've been posting, I posted that new sneak peek video the day before I dropped it out. Yes, I stand with Gil Skills. If you guys don't know what happened to Gil Skills, he got swatted. And what that means is some dumb troll will call in and make it seem like something horrific happened, and they will call the police. And it's just absolutely disgusting. And so the police got called on him, and he basically had to go through the whole SWAT team situation, making it seem like he created this horrific crime, and it was just a troll calling in. So yeah, it was absolutely disgusting, guys, and I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. And my heart and prayers go out to Gil Skills and his family for having to go through that. Let's see here. Yeah, I stand with Gil Skills, definitely. Hey, Belinda, Chris V, Harmony, welcome to the stream. Absolutely, Gina. Yeah, what happened to Gil Skills and retired and prepping is absolutely disgusting and should not happen to anybody, and I would not seriously wish that on my worst enemy, and I really hope that those people get in trouble for doing that, because it is very, very wrong. So, just wanted to state that. Yeah, I know. Thank you, everybody, for showing your support tonight, guys. You seriously rock. I hope everybody's having a good night so far. I'm sorry for those who are not. My heart and prayer go out to you. I hope everything goes better. It's good to see you, Belinda. And, yeah. So, nothing but love and prayer and hope and peace here on my channel, guys. I do like to do this stuff and help people out, and I just want to have peace and serenity on my channel. And my mods, if you could keep your eyes on a swivel, there has been trolls in here lately. If you guys could hit them before I see them, that would be awesome. If you think of anything suspicious, I'm giving you the full right of way to just get rid of their comments on this channel. So let's see here. 1, 2, 1, 9. All right. It's good to see a Pixie. You guys bring me up. These streams are awesome. Absolutely. That's the whole point of this. Hey, Miss Monty P. What's going on? Hey, thank you so much, Chris V. I really appreciate it. I just shared your show on my Facebook page for my radio show. Oh, wow. Chris V, that's awesome. Kim said something. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. There's a tropical cyclone headed for Australia. That's pretty nuts. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah. Yep, blast them trolls, exactly. Hey, Nightrix, what's going on? Hey, Bell Hunter, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. If there's anybody new here who hasn't considered subscribing to my channel, please consider smashing that red subscribe button, and make sure you also ring that bell notification so you get updated on future content coming out here on my page. I would really appreciate it if you could, or if you would. So thank you for all those new supporters here. Don't worry, I'm locked and loaded. Come on, trolls. And make sure you still smash that like button, guys. Don't forget to smash the like button. Here still. Awesome. Thank you so much. Faith in the Fallen. What's going on, my friend? Thank you so much for joining. And let's get to the scary stories, guys. Does anybody have any other issues going on? It's good to see you, Jelly Duck. How you doing? I know. Somebody would call the police to arrest them. I know. The whole swatting thing does not make sense. It's so immoral and wrong, and it could get somebody seriously injured or killed. And it's a very stupid, risky move that is just totally unnecessary, and it takes a lot of time away for the police, and it's just really, really wrong. No wonder I never see you when you're on, John. Hey, what's going on? How's life? Oh, life is going pretty good. Shannon, it's no offense to anybody that does not have a blue wrench. I just don't give them out as much anymore. It's not a personal attack to anybody, but I have a lot of blue wrenches already, guys. And so just please understand that it's nothing against you. It's just that I have a lot of mods already. I'm on the Sunshine Coast. Gotcha. It's almost, I have almost too many mods as it is, guys. So I've been really limiting on who I give blue wrenches to. I hope they're track and who made the call and wasted SWAT time. Oh, I totally, fully agree. Police are being used to do their job, but idiots on YouTube decide to SWAT people. Yep. Seriously. Hey, what's going on, Atlantis Paranormal? Thank you so much for joining. 33 people in the house. Thank you so much, guys. Seriously, you guys rock. So, yeah, guys, you don't need a blue wrench to chat. Just enjoy the chat, and if I give you a wrench, it means that I truly trust you. And these are people that have been with me pretty much since the beginning of my channel, and it is not a personal attack on anybody. I'm sorry, but what's swatting? It's when some troll decides to basically prank call the police to say that some horrific crime happened, and they find out your address, and then they send the cops over there and basically have SWAT team bust down your door and arrest you for something that you never did. It's pretty awful. Sharpshooter, of course. I'm drunk. Oh. Gotcha. Yeah, it is crazy to do, guys. It's nuts. When some troll goes and calls the SWAT on your house, they send SWAT to your house thinking actual crime happened. Yeah, pretty much. Wow, that's crazy. A lot of thunder in Indiana. Jeez. Yeah. Trolls be trolling, guys. Happens and it's totally unnecessary. Yeah, I know. Poor Gil Skills. That is one guy who just seriously does not deserve to be trolled. Like, he is such a good guy. I wish I was seriously as humble as he is. He is a good guy and does not deserve to be and go through that. So, yes, scary ghost stories, guys. Sorry. I just wanted to open up with that and share what was going on in the community. Keep everybody updated. And Gil Skills is not the only person in our community this has happened to now, and it's just getting out of hand. And I just pray for those families involved with the other YouTubers that they quickly recover from these idiots and their stupidity. I'm not humble. Let's see. I just try to be a good person. I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. Yeah, he's a champ, exactly. Yeah, Gil Skills. Yeah, it happens to everybody. Hey, Empress, how you doing? Alrighty. Trying to find some scary stories for you. Oh. Okay. Sorry, let me get back to the comments for just a second. Okay. Yeah, it's Gil, Gilskillz. He's good people. So thank you so much for everybody who has come by and shared your love. 35 people in the house. I could not ask for a better group of people. Guys, please make sure you go and check other people's channels out. Just don't ask for support back. If they like your content, they will definitely make sure and support you and grow together, guys. Seriously. I'm not the only one moving these days too. Yeah, moving's not easy, guys. Thank you so much, Sharpshooter, for posting my Patreon link, guys. Check out my Patreon if you haven't already. It is a super cool program to help YouTubers and be able to have sponsorship payments for your YouTube channel, and it helps you to grow and be able to get the necessary stuff that you need to keep growing here on YouTube. A lot of the stuff that I have set up with my YouTube channel, like my lighting, I know it's not bright, it's because I'm having a lag issue. I'm gonna try to change the lighting up a little bit to make it a little bit easier to see here. Properties, filters, there we go. Chrome key, brightness, there we go. A little bit brighter. It just kind of makes me lag a little bit. I need to figure out why I'm having such a lag issue with the YouTube thing, but it's going on pretty well. Hey, Rosie Darkstorm, thank you so much for joining. I hope you're having a great night so far. If you guys have not checked out my new video about the whole... hold on real quick. If you guys have not checked out my new video about the Charman, definitely go check it out. And let me know in the comment section what you guys think of that video. I thought that was one of my better videos that I've done so far, in my opinion. I worked really hard on that video. Didn't catch as much paranormal activity as I wanted to at that location, if any, but it still was a very, very creepy place, and it's definitely pretty cool. Oh my god, John, your video today scared the hell out of me when you When you screamed? Oh. When I said, help me, help me. Oh my gosh. I am... Oh, nice, Rosie. Yeah, the Charman was a pretty cool video, I thought. And that's kind of like the storytelling that I like to do, guys. I like to tell stories, and it's spooky when you read the stories with your light dimmed, with your EMF meter focusing on us. Yeah, I don't even know where my EMF reader is, to be 100% honest. I couldn't tell you where that thing is right now. It's probably still in my baggage from that trip. Yeah, I'm not even 100% sure on where that thing is. Oh yeah, here it is. Let's see, am I going to be able to get it focused enough to where I can... What is behind me there? The bedpost? Okay. Let's see, am I going to be able to get... What the heck is this thing going off for? It must be my... Let's see. Nope. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this squared away here. Yeah, I think the light's going to be too much on it. Try moving it back a little bit. I'm trying to put this up on here. I don't know if that's gonna sense anything off though. I can run some tests, but my mic actually does not send my K2 meter off, so I know that. So I am going to get the stories up here, guys. So alrighty, guys, let's start these stories. And the first one is called Black Stone. It is a short story. When I was young, my parents rented a cabin in the woods. We would go there on the weekends and spend some time in the wilderness. My brothers and I loved to explore. There was a dirt road past the cabin. At the end of the road was a small graveyard. It was surrounded by a rough, weathered iron fence with spikes on the top. The gate was locked with a rusty chain and padlock, but we were able to pull the bars apart and squeeze through. The graves were very worn and old. On top of one of the graves was a smooth black stone. It looked like onyx, and when we were leaving, my brother took it and put it in his pocket. That night, when we were sleeping in the cabin, my parents slept in the bedroom. My brothers and I slept in the living room. And all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, we heard a loud banging on the front door. Bang, bang, bang. We were scared out of our wits. Bang, bang, bang. The door started shaking as somebody was trying to knock the door off of its hinges. My dad emerged from the bathroom and asked what was going on. Bang, bang, bang. He saw the look on our faces. He knew that we had no idea. Bang, bang, bang. My dad grabbed an axe and walked over to the door. He was just as scared as we were. He raised the axe and opened the door, but there was nothing out there. Banging had stopped and the night was black and silent. After we calmed down, we went to bed. None of us were able to get much sleep, but the next day we went back to the graveyard and put the black stone that my brother had taken that was sitting on top of the grave and put it back. As soon as we saw that, We ran away and never went back. So what'd you guys think of that story? Faith in the Fallen's like, oh my god. I bet there's gonna be some good ones tonight. I don't know. Taking things from graveyards is not the best thing to do. Not that I've had any personal experience, because I'm not an idiot. Yeah, if that happened... and by the way, that was a true story. Yep. Yeah. That was based off of a true story. Full moon. Yes, exactly. Alrighty, guys. Yeah, I wouldn't suggest doing that at all. Some bad juju. Exactly. Alright. Alright, you guys. This story is called Man with the Red Eyes. Also, based off of a true story. When I was a little boy, I had an imaginary friend. At least, I thought he was imaginary. Today, I am not so sure. I would see him from time to time around my house. He was a man who lurked in the shadows. He was completely black from head to toe, and his skin was charred and pockmarked. It was like a burnt match. I couldn't make out his face or any other features. I could not see anything about him except for his red eyes. He had the most terrifying red eyes. Even now, when I think of him, it gives me the chills. He appeared at random times without any warning. I'd be playing with my toys, and all of a sudden he would be there. He never made a sound. He never said a word. I did everything except stand there and he did nothing except stand there and smile at me. Then he would vanish as quickly as he had come. As time went by, I accustomed to his presence. It got to the point where he would appear and I would just glance at him. Then I would go back to playing with my toys. I could always feel his eyes on me if he was standing ever so close or ever so far. My family knew about him, but they never saw them themselves. My mother and father thought it was cute that I had an imaginary friend, but when I described it to them, they got a little creeped out. My sister was the only one who believed he was real, and she was scared of him. One time, I had finished going to the toilet and washed my hands. I was standing on the stool so I could reach out to the sink. All of a sudden, I saw out of the corner of my eye he was walking up the stairs. I called for my sister and told her that the man was here. She came running over, but just when I was about to point at the man, he walked backwards down the stairs until he was out of sight. And when she left, he came creeping back up the stairs. I tried to show him to people because he clearly did not want to be seen. Eventually, my parents moved to a different house. I remember seeing the man with the red eyes watching as the van had pulled away. He didn't follow us, and I didn't see him after that. I dismissed him as a figment of my childhood imagination. Years passed, and I forgot about him. One night, when I was 16 years old, I was walking up the stairs to the bedroom. It was midnight. I was walking down the hallway, and something emerged from one of the bathrooms. It stepped out into the light, and I realized in horror it was the man with the red eyes. I stopped in my tracks. My heart was in my throat, and he just stood there, staring at me. The red eyes, the burnt skin. He flashed me a malicious smile, And then he started staring at me and slowly walked into the hallway, into my bathroom. If this was a movie, I would have chased him down, forced him to tell me who he was. Perhaps he would have ended in me fighting him to death. But this wasn't a movie. This was real life. Did neither of these things. I simply turned around, ran back upstairs, and fled from that house. I sat on the curbside, shivering and shaking, until dawn arrived. I haven't seen him since. Hey, Rebel Rocker, the Art of Read. What's going on? Thank you so much. I know, it sounds a lot like Charman. So what'd you guys think of that story? No blips on the EMF reader. It's been stupidly quiet the last few nights. I haven't felt any energy in my house. Maybe the spirits finally moved on. Yeah, that's a true story, supposedly. Alrighty, you guys. Let's get on to the next story. Trying to find a good one. Sorry, let me see here. The Door Handle. It's another short but sweet story. The Door Handle is a true story, and it's about a man who decided to hitchhike home from college. It was the late 1970s. My uncle was studying medicine at the University of Chicago. One day after class, he decided to hitchhike home. A man drove up and offered my uncle a ride. He looked normal and seemed friendly, so my uncle got in the car. However, on the way, the man suddenly took a different route. My uncle told him that he was going the wrong way. The man looked at my uncle and put his hand on his leg and smiled darkly at him. "No, son, you're coming with me." My uncle froze and began to panic. When the car slowed down, he quickly opened the passenger door, jumped out, and ran away, never looking back. It wasn't until a few years later that my uncle was watching TV when he noticed something that made his blood run cold. It was a picture of the man who had picked him up. He was being arrested for the murder of 33 boys and young men. The man on the television was John Wayne Gacy, a notorious serial killer. The police found 26 bodies buried underneath his house. The creepiest thing is that it was all... The creepiest thing of all is that he had removed the door handle from the passenger's side of his car to prevent his victims from escaping. Wow. That's creepy. Yeah, John Wayne Gacy is... Whoa. Okay, so there's no wind in here. The air conditioning is not moving. The K2 meter just knocked over by itself. It was perfectly balanced on here, guys. Just like this. Nothing touched that meter at all. Was that a spirit who knocked that meter over? If so, could you touch that meter and let me know? Wow, that was kind of creepy. No, I'm not touching my desk at all, guys. I swear to God. No, I did not bump it. I did not touch it. I have it perfectly balanced on here. There's no way that should have fallen. Yeah, I guess the spirits have not gone yet. And now that I'm sitting here, I'm feeling like that there's this cold presence right here in front of me. Yeah, that was kind of creepy. That was me. Yeah, exactly. I know, that was almost more scary than the story, guys. That was very interesting. Yeah, that was totally David Omen style. Gwendolyn, is this you? Are you still here in my house? Or is this another one of the David Omen house spirits? The one that likes to knock over his figurines? Or is this the spirit of Janet, who died in this room? Make yourself known. Touch the meter. Nope, EMF reader's been dead quiet. No pun intended. I had my headphones on and I actually jumped. I'm sorry. Yeah, spirits often do like to listen to these stories. I know, seriously, I think they do like to listen to these stories, guys. That was unexplained, because I have it perfectly balanced on here. Nice, almost 100 views on this stream. Thank you, guys. Hey, thank you so much, Faith in the Fallen. I really appreciate it. Can you knock that meter over again? Is that possible? That was pretty cool. My stream froze? I know, I want more too. That was cool. I'm having a lot of lag issues with my computer tonight, supposedly. Looks like it's working good. I hope I don't lose the stream. Okay. I bet all the spirits are girls in this house because they like my eyes. Oh my god. At least the gray, black and white background can't tell how much I'm blushing. No, just playing. Spirits, are you here in this room with me? If so, can you touch that meter and let me know you're here? You can move the lights. Okay, that one was me. Okay? That was my fault. That one I touched. I'm gonna try to rebalance it. I feel like it's gonna get knocked over again. Okay. I think it's good. Should have no issues. We can tell you're blushing. Hey, Susie's channel. Investigation time. Time to shut off the lights. Yeah, seriously. What was that beeping? Huh. Okay. No, I swear to God, it wasn't me that first time. The second time it was me because I touched the meter itself. Because I was trying to rebalance it. That time, like, you would see me like go for it. But that was not me that second. That was me the second time. It wasn't me the first time. I promise you. Alright, let's see here, guys. Alright. When I was 12 years old, I lived in a really old house. It was about 200 years old, and there was rumors that it was haunted. One night, I was laying in bed. My mother came into my room. At least, I thought it was my mother. The room was dark, and it was the only light coming from the hallway. Instead of saying goodnight, she started to tell me a weird and disturbing story about how a demon once came to her when she was 12 years old. She said the demon came at night and crawled up next to the girl and began to growl in her left ear. She told me that the girl said the Lord's Prayer over and over, and the demon eventually went away. I remember just laying there, looking at her and wondering why she was telling me this story, especially right before I went to bed. She was really starting to freak me out. Eventually, she finished the story and got up and left without saying any more. I lay in the darkness trying to figure out why my mom would say those things. I tried to put it out of my mind and concentrated on getting more comfortable and falling asleep. All of a sudden, I heard the most awful noise I've ever heard in my left eye. Ever heard in my life. In my left ear, I couldn't tell if it was human or animal, but it was a gruntle, grating, growling, scratching, screeching, moaning sound that left me terrified. I was too scared to even move. I was too scared to even breathe. I was paralyzed in fear. I wanted to scream, but I was afraid of what might happen. At this moment, I said the Lord's Prayer and started reciting it in my head. I was too afraid to say anything out loud. The growling continued for what felt like an eternity, and then suddenly it stopped. I lay there listening for other sounds, but all I could hear was an eerie silence. I lay awake until the sun came up. The next morning, I asked my mother about a story she had told me. She had claimed that she knew nothing about it. She said that she had never come into my room the previous night. She said she would never... What she said scared me even more than the growling itself. That wasn't me, she protested. Why would I tell such a terrible story? Why would I scare you like that before bedtime? To this day, I cannot come up with an explanation. I believe whatever it was came into my room I believe whatever it was that came into my room the other night, it was not my mother. I think it was a doppelganger or a protective spirit disguising as her, trying to warn me of what was about to happen, trying to tell me how to save myself from a demon that was about to come for me. Ooh. That was a good one. I don't know. What the fuck? Sorry. Apologize for my language, guys, but that should not be knocking over, I swear to God. I'm gonna try setting this in one more spot, but seriously, that should not have happened again. Okay, so this is completely flat. Maybe this thing is just not positioned right. I don't know. Maybe it's explainable, maybe it's not, but that's definitely freaking strange. I know, what? Hey, Dozen Cameraman 73, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. Exploring with Murad is in the house. Sorry, I'm just replying to a comment somebody posted on Twitter. So I'm going to read off the people who shared this out. Cuddly Kathy, Kim Fitzgerald, Belinda Ostrom, the Sharpshooter. Guys, please make sure you go and share this out on social media. Let people know that I am live. Share this with your friends on Facebook and on Twitter. That would be super duper awesome. Yeah, so I think I have it balanced now. I hope. I don't know. I'm kind of worried to see if it happens again. Because I just rebalanced it and made sure that it can't do that again. I don't know why. Is it the neighbors who got murdered behind us? I don't know. Spirits. Are you the ones who are knocking that meter over? If so, can you touch it? Make the lights move? If this is the people who died in the house behind us? I don't know. Maybe. This is a K2 story. Take a drink of water, John. It's weird you said that because I'm actually kind of thirsty. Oh, hey, John's Paranormal. Thanks so much for sharing this out. You ain't afraid of no ghosts. Oh, no, this is standard routine in my house. I'm used to this place being haunted by now. It was about 5 years ago, I think. 6 years ago that it was a murder-suicide. I believe the man shot his wife and then killed himself. Either shot her or stabbed her. I can't fully remember. But yeah, there was definitely a murder-suicide in the house behind us. Very, very sad. Guys, if you want to, you can also join me on Facebook at HSFL Paranormal. Let's see. Awesome. Sweet. Seems like people are being pretty responsive and wanting to drop by. Hey, what's going on? 8-bit reactor. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Like, no Twitter and such. Thanks, though. I do have Twitter too. You guys can join me on Twitter. I'm trying to actively grow my Facebook and Twitter account. So if you guys have one and you haven't checked out my Twitter or my Facebook, please join me. John's Paranormal Hauntings, join you. Big hugs from the UK. How's everybody doing today? Good to see you, Exploring with Maverick. I hope you're doing well. Hey, Lori Marty, thank you so much for joining. Thanks everybody who is up late tonight watching this stream. I do appreciate all your time and consideration, and thank you so much for choosing my stream as the one that you watched tonight. I do appreciate it. I hope I don't ruin anybody's sleep. I got a message from one of those spirits from that house. Not in your house. I got a message from that one of the spirits from that house is around there. Not in your house. Oh, okay. He's like roaming around the neighborhood, but he's not in the house. I wonder if it's the spirit of the lady who died in this room. Janet often used to talk to me a lot using the K2 meter, so I hope it's not a more malevolent spirit. I did have a weird little attachment from the Omen house, but that seemed to have come and gone. I haven't seen much activity here since. But it's still weird that the spirit activity in my house is so freaking quiet. Because it used to be very active. But I've done a lot of blessings in the house, so finally maybe the spirits got the idea and just kind of moved on. Yeah, either way, it's a spirit, exactly. Hey, Will B, thank you so much for joining. If there is anybody out of the 33 people that have not subscribed to my channel yet, please make sure you consider smashing that red subscribe button and hitting that bell notification to get notified of future content here on my channel. That would be super awesome. And don't forget to smash that like button, guys. Help support the stream. That would be super, super helpful. Got a spirit box handy? I don't do spirit box in my house anymore because of what happened to me previously. I ended up doing spirit boxes in my house all the time, and then I ended up contracting some kind of negative demonic energy in my house, and I was waking up with scratches across my neck, my wrists, my chest, my hand was really bad. I woke up, and I usually will put my hand under my pillow sometimes. I don't know why, but that morning I had woke up. I felt this burning sensation on my hand, and I noticed my pillow had a red spot. And when I lifted up the pillow, the whole underneath had blood all over it, and I had these 2 claw marks in my hand. And I swear to God, I did not scratch myself. Yeah, I know. I have guardians in my house that do protect me. I know that for sure. Yeah, spirit boxes are not necessarily the best thing to have in your house. And yeah, so it was pretty bad, you guys. I want to see you go back to the cemetery with the cannon and that creepy tree stump. I'm probably, if not next weekend, the weekend after, I'm probably going to do a 3 a.m. challenge, or not a 3 a.m. challenge, a 30-minute alone challenge in the cemetery by my house, the one with the cannon and the creepy tree stump, the Satan worshipping tree stump. Yeah, it's a pretty creepy place. So I probably will end up doing that. My life has been one ghost story after another from 5 years old, and now I'm 53. I just learned to go with it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, basically, a spirit box is pretty much a electronic Ouija board. Hey, the Lion and the Goddess TV, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. That would mean a lot to me, and I would always appreciate the support. Yeah, I learned the hard way. Exactly. Yeah, so I got attacked for a long time, for about 2 weeks. I consider that a long time, considering it felt like an eternity when that demonic attachment was in my house. That was because I was using a spirit box at a really, really bad haunted location, and I brought an attachment back with me, and that was the first time I had ever dealt with something like truly, truly demonic that I came in contact with. And it was pretty serious, guys. Like, it was a pretty scary place. Those videos are on Presence of the Unknown, guys. Please make sure you go and subscribe to my channel, Presence of the Unknown, as well. That's my Paranormal Teams channel. Definitely make sure you go and grab those. I just felt the energy just change in this room. Is there any energy in here that would like to make themselves known? touch the EMF reader, let me know you're here. But don't knock it over again. Yeah, it was no joke. Oh, okay, you're just lurking. They're all golden. Gotta go. Keep up the great videos. I got slippery laundry to finish. Oh, gotcha. No problem, Dustin. Yeah, Dustin, man, I will do some more videos at that cemetery. Just give me some time, and I will be doing like a 30-minute alone challenge there. There are Three Stooges. Golden Child. LOL. Oh my god. Yeah, me, you, and Psycho Ghost Trackers. My eyes are glued to the EMF reader. Yeah, the What was that? Okay, that was weird. So I had like this, there was like this plastic wrap or something. This just like ended up moving by itself, and I heard it. It sounded like plastic rustling in here. I just have a hodgepodge of like different wires and shit all set up here, and something in that pile that was like a plastic wrapper just moved by itself, and it like made that plastic like crunch. Hey, Dangerous Boy, what's going on? California is beginning to feel like Alaska or Massachusetts. Why? It's cold? Yeah. Hey, Humanity, what's going on? Wow, 35 people in the house. Thank you so much, guys. And there it goes again. But nothing on the EMF reader. Definitely strange. I know, it's weird. There's some weird sounds coming. I got laughing from the spirits there. Yeah, they're probably just messing around. Probably enjoying these spirits, trying to make up their own story. That's so weird. No, Baxter's asleep way on the other side of the house. It's just strange. Well, went from 35 people to 28, but that's cool. Not everybody wants... Yeah, I feel like the Twilight Zone. Yeah, seriously. Well, at least the stream is over 100 views in the first hour. I do appreciate it, guys. That's awesome. I do appreciate all of your support. Please make sure you smash that like button. Riverside is cool, but I live in Fresno. I will be back in December. Oh, yeah. What's that trumping sound? What trumping sound? Hey, Jennifer Ramirez, how you doing? Thank you so much for coming by. I really appreciate it. Yeah, make sure to smash that like button. Share this out on social medias. Did you guys hear a weird sound? Strange. Okay, let's go with the next story, guys. This one is called The Red-Eyed Demon. When I was 7 years old, I started having some intense nightmares. I would wake up every night drenched in sweat, with my heart beating fast, a scream dying in my throat. Most of the time, I could never remember the dreams or why it had scared me so much. I only remembered one, but it seemed to be recurring over and over. The dream, I felt myself standing in a deep pit and at the bottom of a muddy hill. My family was perched over the top of the hill looking down at me. Their eyes were black and hollow looking, and when I looked down to see the mud beneath my feet boiling and bubbling, Then something would start to crawl out of the mud, and I started to scream, but nothing would come out. I tried to climb out. I tried to climb up the hill, but I kept losing my grip and sliding back in even deeper into the pit. Eventually, I felt my body go very stiff. I was unable to move. My breathing had stopped. I felt like I had died. That's when I woke up. I couldn't feel my arms or my legs. I start to feel like something was holding me down. It was dark. I could not remember anything. Just a deep, forbidding silence. And then I heard the breathing. It wasn't my breathing. It was deep, wheezing, and gurgling sound. There was no other noise in the world except for the bestial wheezing. As I lay there in my bed, my frozen body, and I was unable to move, I saw something lurking in the darkness, and it horrified me. I only described what I saw was a demon. It was very small and hairy figure with a hide, evil eyes that glowed red at me, and it was grinning at me with a mouth full of razor-sharp teeth. I knew when I was awake the grotesque figure would be burned in my head until the day I die. I closed my eyes and I began to scream. I could not move a muscle. All I could do was scream. All of a sudden, my mom burst into the room. She flicked on the lights, and the light bulb exploded. When I opened my eye, there was nothing there. The demon was gone. My mom was asking me what was wrong. I told her what I had seen. A few months later, I spent a few months sleeping in her room until I felt safe to go back in mine. Even today, I wonder about this incident. I still get the chills and I have to take a minute to compose myself. So what did you guys think of that story? Did you like that one? Thank you so much for the 31 people watching. Okay, that was weird. Can you make that sound again? The tapping sound? Hey, Irish Whiskey Paranormal. How's it going? Saw that Jeff W. came by too. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Chino. Sorry. How you doing, Mari? Good to see you. Swear the blinds are moving? Peed my pants again. Would you shit your pants if you lived where I did? What are you talking about, 23 Casey? You live in a haunted location? Dude, I've been to a lot of screwed up houses, dude. Nothing really surprises me anymore. Just saying. There's a few places that some stuff I'm like, oh wow, holy crap. The Omen house was pretty intense. I know, it seems like I do have more than 31 people in the house tonight. 32. She's used to it. She tries to ignore it exists. She always makes sure I do blessings before I enter and go on haunted locations. Yep. Hey, thank you so much, Center Stars channel. I really appreciate it. There was a glitch. Well, I'm having issues with my software, the OBS. It's kind of laggy tonight. I need to figure out how to set it back to where it's not. Stranger than zombie hookers? Zombie hookers would be pretty scary, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, no, I can't wait to go back to the Omen house. I was actually invited last Saturday to go back when I was down in Ojai investigating the Charman, and should have gone, but didn't because it was 2 hours drive and it was really late at night. But I do want to go back, guys. I really do like the Omen house. David Omen. But now you're good, bro. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that, James. I don't know, but I did go to the Las Cruces Adobe when I first started with Presence of the Unknown. And we were doing a spirit box session there, and over it, I asked, who were the 2 prostitutes who were murdered here? And it said there was 3 of us. And it actually confirmed the amount of hookers that were killed at that place. I know. David Omen is such a cool guy. He's so funny. He's such a down-to-earth person. Once you get to know him, he is really, really cool. Hell, I wish he was on tonight. I would give him a huge shout-out. But he's probably... Yeah, David called me and said for me to come over too. Yeah, he's cool. I just wish it wasn't so expensive to get in his house sometimes. But... Oh, geez, that's crazy. 23 KC. I'd love to go investigate that. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I might have to look for an update for OBS and try to figure it out. Yeah, I know. When I first started, the paranormal activity in my house was crazy. I am so surprised that meter hasn't flickered or nothing. It used to go all the way to red in my house, like multiple times over. Maybe they just got smart and they don't want to use the meter anymore to communicate. So, I live in Indiana anytime, man. Hell yeah. If I'm ever out there, I'll definitely make sure I make arrangements to go check that place out for sure. Alright, so back to the stories, guys. So this next story is called Inviting the Demons. When I grew up in a very strict religious household. As I got older, I began to struggle with my faith. When I was a teenager, I became fascinated with the occult. I came to a conclusion that the best way to prove that God existed was to see if demons existed. I began to collect books about witchcraft and demonology. Looking back, I now realize how foolish I was. I didn't understand what I was getting myself into. I began reading about books, actively trying to invite demons into my life. I would read passages from the books out loud, reciting long strings of demonic names. Oof, this sounds bad all over. I would draw satanic symbols on the walls and on the floor of my bathroom, trying to cast summoning spells. Demons didn't come to me all of a sudden. They came gradually, insidiously, working their way into my life. I hardly noticed what was happening until it was already too late. I started having horrible nightmares, would wake up in the middle of the night hearing sound of faint laughter or whispers. I used to have that in my house when that whole demonic situation. That's kind of like how I noticed something was wrong. But I wasn't summoning them, that's for sure. At first, I thought it was just my imagination. Then things started getting more intense. Sometimes I would wake up paralyzed. Sometimes I would feel my bed moving. Sometimes all of my sheets would be lying on the floor. Personally, my personality began to change. I was tired all the time. I became angry and irritable. I was distant and withdrawn. My family started to notice all these changes. My parents brought me to a psychologist, but they couldn't find anything wrong with me. Late night, I was woken up by the moon shining on my face. It felt very strange, as if the world was somehow disjointed and I was disconnected from it. But I felt like I was floating in a vacuum. That's when I looked down and realized my body was floating above my bed. All of a sudden, I felt something grab my feet and start violently shaking me like a rag doll, being whipped back and forth. I saw the side of the room I saw the side of the room and then the other flashing before my eyes. I was terrified. Something was trying to kill me or tear me away from this world. Eventually, whatever stopped shaking me and felt myself press up against the ceiling as it was trying to crush me. All of a sudden, I slammed down into the bed. I felt something heavy on my chest, pressing on me, as if some invisible weight had been pushing down upon me, and it was getting heavier and heavier. I was paralyzed, and then I couldn't catch my breath. I remember thinking that this was just my dream, that there was no way that this was happening. Then I heard the sound that I will never forget as long as I live. I heard the sound of the bed creaking. It was I was sinking into the bed, and the bed was wrapping around the ever-increasing weight. It was real. It was really happening. In a frenzy of fear, I burst from the bed, running from room to room. That was my mom's room. I woke her up. Eyes wide with fear and hyperventilating. She eventually calmed me down and began asking questions. She told me what had happened, but she laughed it off and told me that I could stay the night in her room. The next morning, I knew what to do. I went into my room and I gathered all the occult books and materials. I took them outside, dumped them in the metal garbage can, and burned them. Cleared all the symbols off of my walls, and I never slept in that room again. Nothing like that ever happened to me again. I think that whatever demonic force it had been their one chance, but they failed. They never bother me again. So, do I believe in God? I'm still not sure. But I know that there are malicious evil entities in this world, and if you invite them into your life, they will gladly come. Have a good night, John's Paranormal. Hey, what's going on? King Tiger Alley exclusives. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good night. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. Have a good night. Awesome epic adventures. Oh, I know, Murad, you're lucky as shit, bro. I want to go to those two places too. It could have been the Wi-Fi with the K2. That is, just saying. The Wi-Fi is way in the other room on the floor. I know, I need to get a RAM pod. I do say that. That definitely is true. Yeah, I burn sage in here often. Can't make it to the Queen Mary this week. Yeah, I can't make it to the Queen Mary, Murad. Oh, you did Paranormal. Okay. Yes, will be. Good question. Yes, I do believe in paranormal. I do believe in out-of-body experiences because I used to practice astral body projection or astral projection meditation. And I did it very successfully more than once. And one experience was all that I needed not to do it again. I'll share it again at one point, but I've shared it a few times on here. What the was that? It sounded like something just like knocked from underneath the floor beneath me. It wasn't my chair. Oh, wow. So, what do you got? Insomnia? No, I don't have insomnia. I can sleep fine at night. This is the only time I can go live. Yeah, it's 12:34. I usually stream until like 2 a.m. Play video games when you get insomnia, or read the Bible. Yeah, the Bible will knock me out any day. I love reading the Bible. Yeah, that was kind of creepy. Hey, thanks for posting my new video, James, the sharpshooter. I really appreciate it. Yeah, guys, I do have a new video out. It's pretty good. It's called The Charman of Ojai. It is very, very spooky. Thank you so much for the new subscriber. I really appreciate it. Is it because the Bible's boring? No, it's just like when I read the Bible, it helps me put me at ease, and I think I can sleep better knowing that God is in my life. I don't know if that makes sense. You are crazy, you know. Oh, took down. Sorry for it. Oh, awesome. Jennifer Ramirez, what did you think of it? Just letting me know. Just let me know. Maybe because the Bible is soothing. Yes. Yeah, there's definitely some spooky sounds, for sure. Yeah, I'm glad everybody liked the new video. I think it turned out really good. Thank you for posting that, James. Oh, Lori Marty, thank you so much for watching the new video. I really appreciate it. Yeah, the new video turned out really good. Put a lot of hard work and effort into putting that video together. I didn't get that much paranormal activity at that location, but that doesn't mean that it didn't exist. There was a location in that area supposedly that I missed. According to the urban myth and legend, it wasn't just considered in that one area. It was actually 2 streets. And it was multiple areas in the city of Ojai that the Charman had been known to be seen. And so I didn't know that until I was watching somebody else's video. And there's also a park somewhere in Ojai that has like this abandoned auditorium, and the ghosts have been seen there too. I didn't know about these locations, but next time I go down there in the future, I'll definitely have to make sure I stop by and check those out. Okay, awesome. Yeah, the Charman was definitely pretty creepy. Definitely worth watching. I did a lot of night vision camera work at that location. And, yeah, so I had the multi-spectrum IR lights up. Me too. Love you. Much love, Wilby. You are crazy. You do not ever want to do whatever they call it is very, very dangerous. Yes. I am very, very close to God when I do my paranormal stuff. You have to be. Heck yeah. That's awesome, Gina. I can't wait. We should definitely meet up. Oh, man. Alrighty. Let's get back to the stories, guys. So that's it for the demon stories. I'm going to try to deter myself off for that again. This next story is called Footprints in the Snow, and it is about a true story. There was a very young woman named Ether. I think I said that correctly. Who lived in Letcher County, Kentucky in 1934. Her boyfriend was a young man named Ezra Jackson. The couple were very much in love. However, there was an old man who became obsessed with Ether. Esser. I think it's Esser. He was pestering her all the time and asked her to marry him. She found him repulsive and did not want to have anything to do with him. But no matter what she did, she could not stop him. He was stalking her, and she was scared to death. Eventually, she decided that if she had a husband, he might give. She decided if she had a husband, he might give up and leave her alone. So she married her boyfriend Azara. After the wedding, the couple was driving home and the old man suddenly stopped out in the road in front of them. Azara hit the brakes to avoid hitting him. The old man came up to Esser's window and glanced at her. "I'm going to die very soon," he growled. "I'll be back for you when I return, and you'll go with me." Azara floored the accelerator and drove off at top speed. But Esser was so freaked out and couldn't stop thinking about what the old man had said. A few days later, the old man was found dead in his home. He was buried in the local cemetery. He had no friends and relatives, and anyone who knew him had been afraid of him, so nobody mourned his passing. A year after his death, one snowy night in December, Esser was sitting in the living room reading a book. She heard a knock at the door. Her husband and her two brothers were in the kitchen. "I'll see who this is," she called to them. The three men heard her open the door, but they didn't hear anybody come in. There was no voices, just the eerie silence. After waiting a few minutes, they went to the living room and found the door standing wide open. Esser was nowhere to be seen. When they looked outside, they found the tracks of her bare feet in the snow. The three men quickly grabbed their coats and flashlights and searched for her. The following footprints went for 2 miles along the rough snow and the country road until they came to a local cemetery. The footprints were led through the gate and right up through the old man's grave where they had vanished. While his two brothers waited in the cemetery, Azara went to fetch help. He came back with 7 men. It was midnight and the weather was freezing. Together, under the lights and flashlights and lanterns, they began to dig up the grave. When they dug up the coffin and opened it, they were horrified to discover it was empty. Although through the search was made, no trace of the young wife or the old man's body was ever found. To this day, the disappearance of Ether Jackson remains an unsolved mystery. You're getting sleepy? HSVL is the best channel. That's why you are in my YouTube family. When are you planning to come to Riverside? Not sure yet when I'm planning to come to Riverside. Hopefully soon. Hopefully in the future. Hey, what's going on? Weenus TV. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for dropping by. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Okay, the knocking was me, guys. That was me going like this on my dresser. What if you knocked and something knocked back? That would be creepy. Well, I've had EVPs of stuff knocking when it did not present itself to my naked ear, but I heard it on the EVP recorder in my house before. The knocking was not. The knocking was me. Not that noise? Thank you so much for the 23 people still watching. I know it's really late, but I appreciate you taking the time and watching this stream this late at night. That is so awesome of you. Seriously, guys. That's weird. Some strange unidentified sound. What was it? Are you sure it wasn't my... I have my feet like on the edge of my chair. Sometimes they shuffle and make that kind of sound. Kind of like that. But I don't know. Ghost farts or ghost smoking? Yeah, I'm not sure. There is some weird sounds coming from outside of the room. Like I hear like a knocking or like a footstep. I'm not 100% sure what it is, guys. Definitely some weird sounds coming though from that room. Wow, almost 180 views on this live stream. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. That knocking wasn't quite like that. Huh. Yeah, I have no idea. Something tapping or thumping into the speaker? Kind of like something popped into the speaker or something? Like a... kind of like that? Yeah, the foot, that could have been. It could have been my foot moving around. Yeah, I don't think I heard anything. This story is called Strange News. 5 days ago, I came back from work. I'm sorry. 5 days ago, I came home from a very long work day and sat in front of the TV. I was so tired that I just fell asleep. By the time I woke up, it was 2:30 a.m. The television was still on, but it was on the screen that was in the test pattern, and it was annoyingly high-pitched tone. I was about to turn it off and go to bed when something strange happened. Suddenly, the color bars disappeared, and the screen was filled with static. Through the noise, I could make out an image. It became clear and clear until I realized that it was the footage of a train crash. In the corner of the screen, it was a caption that read NNN News Broadcast. I had never heard it before, and I wondered what was going on. A list of names scrolled down the screen while a gloomy music played in the background. Now, a monotone voice read each name one by one, until I heard my name being read out. A chill ran down my spine. This was going on for about 5 minutes or so until it finally announced, "These are tomorrow's victims. Good night." The music stopped and the picture faded back to the static. I was on the sofa wondering what I had just seen. That night I was too disturbed to sleep. All night I was tossing and turning, thinking about that strange news broadcast. When the morning arrived, I called my boss and told him I was going in sick from work. Shortly before 9 a.m., the train I usually took to work came off its rails. I saw on the news report that day nearly 60 people were killed in that crash. Ever since then, I was too scared to leave my house. I cannot bring myself to watch TV at night. Good night, Earth Angel. Have a good night. Much love and light. Poltergeist is a good movie. I just didn't like the second one that just came out recently. That one was pretty awful. Pretty bad movie, I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty lame. Thank you so much, Andrew, for joining my Facebook page for HSFL Paranormal. Now, John, is that you thumping on the floor? No, I'm not thumping on the floor. My feet are firmly planted on the ground. I don't know what y'all are talking about. No idea. LOL, lame. Oh, what? You don't like the story? It's kind of had like a little Final Destination moment. It all began in the summer of 1960 at Lake Bodom, a freshwater lake near the city of Helsinki, Finland. 4 teenagers decided to go camping together. Boys Nils and Sheppo were both 18 years old, while the girls Almari and Anaja were 15. Jeppo and Naja had been dating for a year, and Nils and Ilmiri had been going out for 3 weeks. Despite the gruesome reputation that Lake Bodom has today, it was a gently and peaceful place during the summer. It was a popular destination spot for youngsters. All 4 youths were from the town of Vanta, and they set off for the trips on 2 motorcycles. They had a tent with them and some alcohol. They pitched their tent and on the shores of Lake Bodom. In early evening, they spent their time having fun before going to bed around midnight. When they drifted off to sleep, little did they know that come early morning, only one of them would be alive. During that night, they were awoken by a strange sound. Somebody had cut the ropes of their tent and collapsed on top of them, trapping the teenagers underneath the canvas. They were attacked by a mysterious person who savagely stabbed through the canvas, bashing in their heads with a rock and collapsing the tent like it was a death trap, and they were unable to escape. Next morning, their bodies were discovered by swimmers who arrived at the campsite. Only 3 of the teenagers lay dead in a pool of their own blood. Nils was the only one still alive, but was only semi-conscious. He was rushed to the hospital and had serious injuries to the back of his head, a deep knife wound to the forehead, and a smashed jaw. Police rushed to the scene of the crime and began their investigation. The first thing they noticed was some of the kids' possessions were missing, including wallets and swimsuits. They constructed a search of the area a half mile away and found some of the teenagers' clothes and a pair of shoes belonging to Nils. Even though they searched through the muddy lake bottom with metal detectors, they were never able to find the murder weapon. Lake bottom murders were the most brutal killings Finland had ever seen. The news of the incident left the entire country in shock. Within an hour, a familiar lake shore was filled with curious onlookers. They determined that the murders had taken place sometime between 4 and 6 in the morning. A woman who was washing some clothes on the opposite side of the lake saw somebody fishing during the night. 2 boys who were out bird watching in the area had saw the collapsed tent and went over to them. Even said saw some fair-haired man walking away from it. Another boy who was fishing nearby also told police that he saw a blonde man hanging around the location. When Nils recovered, he was well enough to be questioned by the police. He told them he had no memory of what had happened at the time when they had went to sleep that night and when they woke up later in the hospital. In order to try to gain more and more information, the police put him under hypnosis. He said that he managed to get out of the tent during the attack, in which the killer had kicked him in the jaw. The strangest thing is, he told the police about the killer. Nils said that the man's eyes were glowing red. The police had lots of suspects. But the number of people arrested in connection to the killings. The police had lots of suspects, and the number of people were arrested in connection with the killings, but never enough evidence was to warrant prosecution. Several individuals were prime suspect in the lake bottom murders. Some of the people made false confessions, and a few had been under suspicion of crimes that later took their own lives. There was one man named Valdemar Gallistrom who owned a kiosk near the lake and sold lemonade. He was known to be very hot-tempered and angry and walked over to that area at night. Locals say he hated young people and would throw stones at kids when they cycled near his house. He even supposedly confessed to the crime before drowning himself in the bottom lake in 1969. However, police discovered that he had an alibi. His wife said he was in bed with her all night. Doctors who worked in the hospitals nearby said on the night of the murders, a man named Hans Assmann turned up in the emergency room. His clothes were disheveled and he was in a very confused state. One doctor said he had bloodstains on him, but it was not his own blood. He could not speak Finnish, so they could not communicate with him, and he eventually left. The metal band Children of Bodom took their name from the infamous crime, and they dedicated at least one song from every album to the murders. The name of the group was so controversial from the beginning, as well as their lyrics. They also produced t-shirts with slogans like "I survived Lake Bottom." These lyrics are from the song Bottom Beach Terror. Late at night, you party until it's light. While pointing at the sky, you wash your hands in the lake of your blood just before you die. In 2004, more than 40 years after the murders, the police arrested Nils and charged him with the crime. After a long trial, he was found not guilty due to a lack of evidence, and his name was cleared. Today, the mystery remains unsolved. Who killed the teenagers at Lake Bottom in 1960? Was it one of the suspects, or was it a complete stranger who never came to light, or was it their friend, Nils? What do you think? Send Thumper the bunny over to John's house. No, I am not thumping on the floor. Alright, guys. Alright, this story is called The Back Door. When a 15-year-old girl named Shea arrived home just after midnight, her parents were already in bed. She decided to leave the back door unlocked for her older brother who was sleeping over at a friend's house. Big mistake. In the middle of the night, girl awoke to feel something cold and metallic pressing against her neck. At first, she thought her brother was playing a prank. She could not see in the pitch black of her bedroom. Then a big hairy hand covered her nose and her mouth. She could not breathe. She heard a deep, raspy voice saying, "If you make a noise, I will kill you." As her eyes adjusted the darkness, she could make out the shape of a man leaning over her. There was no face, just a black mask with holes cut into it. He was holding a knife to her throat. Knowing her parents were asleep in the next room, the girl tried to make as much noise as she could, but the man muffled her screams. She kicked his legs and began to bang against the wall so her parents would hear. In the next room, her parents were fast asleep. Then suddenly, some strange noises woke them up. They decided to check on her daughter, thinking that she was having a bad dream. When the parents opened the door, they were confronted by the terrifying scream. All they could see in the darkened bedroom was a big black silhouette bent over the daughter holding a knife to her throat. As soon as he saw the knife, her father jumped on top of the intruder and struggled with him. The mother grabbed the man's wrists and wrestled the knife out of his hand. The father managed to get his arm around the masked man and began to choke him. The girl grabbed her cell phone off of the nightstand and called 911. Her parents kept the intruder pinned on the bedroom floor until the police arrived a few minutes later. The bedroom burst open and the police officers ran, holding a gun and yelling, "Don't move or I'll blow your head off." The police handcuffed the intruder and dragged him out of the house. When the police searched the man's truck, they found a variety of weapons and some bloody clothes. It turned out that the masked man had already murdered 2 people days before. The family had no way of knowing it, but they had just captured a serial killer. The scary thing about this story is it's true. The girl's name was Shea McDonough. The killer's name was Adam Leroy Lane. He will be spending the next 25 to 30 years in prison. The moral of the story is, always make sure your back door is locked. You don't want to be the victim of the backdoor man. Oh, I'm starving. That sounds so good. Tempted to eat my food right now. I'm so hungry. So I'm just gonna sit and watch the chat for a minute and have a quick sandwich because I actually never ate lunch and barely had a dinner. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'm gonna get some water. Sorry guys, I'm back. I was just grabbing a snack. I was kind of hungry. I'm glad you like the stories, Gina. Yeah, seriously, Irish. Well, if you're gonna go to Nevada, you better come to California. Chicken marsala is pretty good. There's a few places in Mexico. You could always go to Roswell, which is like a known UFO spot. There's a bunch of paranormal locations, I think, near Albuquerque. And where else? Santa Fe. Bro, backwards is orb. Oh, I bet you are, Tony. What is dad backwards? Dad. It's mom. Oh my god. Yeah, guys, go check out the Charman at Ojai video. It's pretty wild. Wow. 200 views. Awesome. Never mind. Alright, let me find another story. I might have to end this live stream early tonight, guys. I am getting pretty tired. I've had a really long, stressful day. But I got time for about 3 or 4 more stories, and then I'll probably end it, I don't know, in about 25-30 minutes. The crematory is a long... Oh, sorry. The crematory is about a creepy story about a man who gets a part-time job. Actually, I read this one last time, I think. Willenbroek State School was... began as a hospital for the mentally handicapped children. The school had a terrible reputation and was used like a warehouse where mentally disabled children were dumped. Many of them were abandoned by their families or foster care agencies where they were supposed to take care of them. However, the school became quickly overcrowded and the employees were not able to take control of the patients. The mentally disabled children were locked in their rooms for extended lengths of time and forced to sleep on floors and covered in their own pee and poop. Many of the children were malnourished, underfed, and most of them ran through the halls, dressed in ragged clothes or completely naked. Conditions became so bad that the children contracted diseases and died from illness and malnutrition. Unable to deal with the situation, some staff members began to abuse the children physically. Some of the children were even wandered away from the institution, ended up dying in the surrounding woods. Between 1963 and 1966, secret medical studies were even conducted on the children. Doctors infected them with hepatitis in order to study the disease, and they were often used as human guinea pigs. When Senator Robert Kennedy visited the mental institution in 1966, he called it the Snake Pit, and was declared that Willowbrook School was not fit for even animals to live in. He said that the patients lived in filth and dirt, and their clothing in rags, and the rooms were less comfortable and cheerful than the cages that we put animals into a zoo. In a zoo. In 1971, funding for Willowbrook School was cut drastically, which led to worsened conditions. Local newspaper and TVs began to report on the overcrowding, unsanitary conditions, and physical and mental abuse of the disabled children. In 1972, reporter Geraldo Rivera suddenly gained access to Willowbrook School, State School, using a stolen key, and managed to document the brutal and horrific living conditions with his camera crew. His report led to an immediate government inquiry and lawsuits filed against New York State. By the mid-1980s, Willowbrook School was closed, and many of their buildings were becoming abandoned. Today, they lie vacant in ruins, littered with old toys, lunch trays, and broken beds. Sometimes people claim to hear disembodied footsteps echo into deserted corridors. Others have heard disembodied voices calling out their name and eerie sounds of children giggling in the hallways. One employee saw the ghostly images of two children lurking in the building. A boy and a girl were dressed in ragged clothing. A woman puzzled, and she could not figure out what the children were doing there. She followed them and watched them turn the corner, disappearing from sight. When she peeked around from the corner, she saw that there was nothing but an empty hallway. She realized that she had just seen two ghosts. Teenagers who trespass on the property often tell of shadowy figures chasing them from buildings. Two boys went exploring at night. They were chased around the grounds by a dark figure. Eventually, they managed to run back into their house. When they locked the window, they realized that the shadowy figure had followed them home and was standing in the garden. As they watched it from the window, the thing stood in front of their home until the sun came up. In July 1987, a body of a young girl was discovered in a shallow grave on the grounds of Willowbrook State School. She had disappeared from her home a few days before, and when police investigated, they found a homeless man named Andre Rand was living in a makeshift shack nearby. Years before, he had been working as an orderly at Willowbrook. Witnesses said Rand was playing with the missing girl on the day that she disappeared. Police charged him with kidnapping and murder. He was sentenced in the disappearing of many other children in the area, but police have been unable to prove it. Newspaper called him Hannibal Lecter of Staten Island. Hey Rochelle, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Oh, you live in New York? Huh. That would be one crazy place to check out. That place sounds pretty wild. Oh, you know where that place is? It says it's in the Staten Island area. Or Staten Island area? I don't know. Look up the Willenbrook School. Maybe they took it down, though. Willowbrook State School. Here we are. Victory Boulevard in Staten Island. The place is on private property. So you can't actually access it. Oh, okay. I have some family that still lives in Syracuse, New York. Avoid New York sewers. There are giant gators in there. Yeah. Oh, you know exactly where that is? Huh. Cray cray. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't want to... I don't know. I would love to investigate that place and check it out. It's not even that cold in here, and I have full-on goosebumps. It's like cold on this side. Hey, Leah Hyde, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining. Sorry, I'm just reading something real quick. Wow, lots of new people. $70 miles from Syracuse. Oh, wow. Yeah, my door is open, but there shouldn't be any cold air. The house isn't that cold. So I don't know. Alright, let's find another story. Peter Stub, or Stube, or okay, Peter Stumpf, that's how you say his name. It's German, I guess. For many years, the farmers in a German village of Bedburg were baffled by the strange death of their cattle and livestock. When they would find their cows and sheep dead in the fields, their bodies ripped open and partially devoured, The farmers suspected their animals were being attacked by a wild and vigorous wolf. Before long, children and young women began to randomly disappear from the village. Some of them were later found dead, their bodies horribly mutilated and eaten in half. Others were never found. Their disembodied arms and legs were discovered torn up and down the fields. The villagers grew into a panic and began to arm themselves. Everyone was frightened that they would become the wolf's next victim. A brave group of hunters set out with their dogs, determined to track down the wolf and put an end to its reign of terror. The men followed the creature's tracks for days until last they saw it in the distance. They set their dogs on it and chased the animal until they had it cornered. Then the hunters came to the spot where the dogs had the wolf surrounded. They were shocked to see that it wasn't a wolf at all. It was a naked man, cowering on the ground. They couldn't believe their eyes. But they knew this man. His name was Peter... How do you say his name? Peter... Stump? Yeah, Peter Stump. Weird name. Okay. Let's see. A wealthy, respected farmer from the village. The hunters suspected that Stump was a werewolf and brought him back to face the authorities in custody. Peter Stump was tortured on the rack and confessed that he was the beast that had been terrorizing the area. He admitted to killing and eating at least 14 children and 2 pregnant women. He said at the age of 12, he turned his back to God and started worshiping the devil. He claimed that the devil gave him a griddle made out of wolf skin, which allowed him to turn into a greedy, devouring wolf, strong and mighty, and eyes great and large, with which in the night sparkled like fire. A mouth great and wide, and teeth sharp and cruel. A huge body and mighty paws. The form of the werewolf, he could gorge himself on the meat of cattle and sheep, but as time went by, the lust for human flesh became uncontrollable, and he began to murder and feast on the corpses of women and children. He ate out their hearts, and panning hot and raw. One of the children murdered was his own son. He took the boy back into the woods, where he transformed into a wolf and killed him, and then broke the boy's skull and feasted on the brains, which he described as most savory and dainty delicious. After the murders, he would often walk the village streets, cheerfully greeting the people whose children or relatives he had just ripped apart. Peter Stuff was convicted and sentenced and tortured to death. His daughter Sybil and his mistress Katherine were convicted of being his accomplices. They were executed on Halloween night, October 31st, 1589. Peter Stuff, I can't pronounce his last name, was taken out and strapped to a large wheel. His flesh was torn apart from his body with hot burning piercers. Then his arms and legs were broken with a hammer to prevent him returning from the grave. Finally, his head was beheaded. Finally, he was beheaded from his body, and his burnt ashes put his burnt ashes on a pyre. His daughters and his mistress were strangled, and their bodies were burnt alongside him. After the execution, the wheel of which Stuff had been tortured and set high on a pole hung 16 strips of wood, each representing his 16 victims. A real wolf's body was hung on the pole, and his head was replaced with that of Peter Stuff's severed head as a warning to the public of what happens when you make a deal with the devil and become a werewolf. Pretty awful story if I don't say so myself. That's a pretty nasty one. I need a strapping young paperboy to the some good news. Yeah, the story's pretty twisted. Hey, Mama Q. Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining. Are you new to my channel? If so, please consider subscribing and smashing that bell notification to get notified of new content. Yeah, it's pretty gruesome. Knew you were gonna laugh at that one. Sorry. Oh, hi, Chris. Would you like to be my paper boy? Well, hush, bosh, bagosh. It's my brand new paper boy. No. I need to stop. As much fun as it is. It must be my birthday. I bet you can't find the money strapped to my thighs. Yeah, you can do it on POTU the next time. I'm new. I found your channel in another live stream. Oh, okay. Awesome. Whose live stream? I'm just curious. I'm more than happy to say hi and shout them back out. Oh, hi, Chris. You want a popsicle? Yeah, welcome to the HSFL family. Lots of scares and laughs and everything in between. Oh, Ken's Vlogs? Oh, okay. I know Ken's Vlogs. Or Ken's Vlogs. Paula at Just Living. Okay, Just Living's newish too. I'm sure it was Ken's Vlogs. Is he on right now? No, he's not. Huh. Going to have fun at West Coast for sure. Yeah. Never a dull moment here on HSFL Paranormal, guys. Well, anyway, guys, I am going to sign off. It is late. I do need to go get some kind of sleep. I do appreciate everybody coming by. I really appreciate all the support and all the love here. Seriously, guys, you rock. And I hope everybody enjoyed tonight's stream. I hope you enjoyed the stories and the fun voices at the end. Guys, please make sure you go and support my new video that I just dropped. Let's see here. Let's see. Let me get this video link here. Guys, please, 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 please go check out my new video. You will not be sorry. It's very creepy. Yep, there it is. The Charman of Ojai. Go check out that video. Leave a comment and smash that like button. Let me know what you think. And I'll definitely make sure to respond to you guys. Alright, guys. Much love and light. And remember to always keep it spooky, my friends. Take care. Bye.